My mom's cooking food right now, let's go! I'm definitely not improvising this whole thing and finding the facts as I go along, because why would I be that unprepared after all this time? Welcome to my contempt video. So, I mean, we could talk about like family history. We could talk about that. We could talk about the environment. Let's talk about the environment. Invasive species. I was originally going to talk about overpopulation, and then I didn't. But it's fine. Then I was going to talk about like something about the pH in the water. I'm just going to talk about invasive species now. I'm just going to talk about invasive species. What is an invasive species? An invasive species... Let me just open up Wikipedia. An invasive species is an organism that is not native or indigenous to a land that it's come onto and repopulated so much that it's causing problems with the economy or environment. But an even cooler thing is that invasive species are just organisms. They don't have to be animals. There are a lot of invasive species that are plants. How invasive species affect the environment and economy is often through the overconsumption of resources that other organisms require. So that can be things like other animals, light, water, space. There are a lot of different invasive species, like too many. First off, the wild boar. Wild boars are an invasive species in the Americas, and besides being just kind of all around aggressive swine, they compete a lot with other livestock and like eating fawn and everything and just damaging a lot of things. They just destroy water quality and wetlands and all that fun stuff. The sciencey name for the wild boar is Suscrofa. I love that name. I think I would like that name as well. I think that would be a great name. Wild boars frequently stay in muddy areas. They're a very versatile omnivore, which makes them an even higher threat to food sources for other animals and just, life forms. Surprisingly, it seems that the biggest, most common problem with wild boars, though, is the decrease in proper water supply. My computer is showing me a video of a ladybug wiping its face. Oh, wait, that's a great segue! Okay, first let me show you this ladybug. This is adorable, right? Yeah, I know. I'm not even joking, this wasn't planned. There's a specific flavor of ladybugs that are an invasive species. They're called Asian lady beetles. Harmonia axaridis. Just in case you were wondering, apparently you can still call it a ladybug. It doesn't have to be called lady beetle, so I guess Asian ladybug. Asian lady beetle. Asian lady? I think it's something different. It's actually, extremely common to see it in Ontario and other parts of Canada. So if you're Canadian, you're real? Unsurprisingly, this ladybug is native to Asia. Who would have thought? Places like China, Russia, Korea, Japan. Apparently, it can bite, but don't worry because it doesn't transmit any diseases. And they feed on a variety of soft-bodied crop pests. Dude, that was a great segue. I didn't even plan that. That was awesome. I'm definitely going to tell the teacher I planned that. Oh, and I have another segue. Asian ladybug? Well, let's talk about the Asian carp. So this is just a general title, so I'm not going to really delve into this one too deep. Asian carp have invaded places like the Mississippi River, for example. And they're just like regular carp, except when you go over the water with your boat, they feel like the vibrations or whatever, and it causes them to jump up. And it sounds really funny, and it's kind of funny to watch, but it is a problem because they hit people, which isn't so bad, I guess. But I think they like get hurt in the boat, and it causes the boat to stop working. It's just like there's a lot of them. You can just look up Asian carp crisis. I'm not gonna really dive too deep into that because it's just like a really general term, and I'm lazy, so yeah. This one I like. It's called kudzu. The scientific name is Pueraria montana. It's a vine that is native to China, Japan, and the Indian subcontinent. And it just like covers anything and everything. It's kind of like, I guess at a first glance, it looks like moss. How kudzu covers things is, well, they cover anything and shade it from the sunlight they need to photosynthesize. And it's just like this giant blanket. It's really freaky, actually. But like in this really beautiful way. I don't know, it's kind of something out of like The Hobbit. It's really beautiful, but like also probably very inconvenient. I mean, it's just teetering over swallowing your car in your house. The only reason why it doesn't is probably because they're non-organic, they're not plants. They're not other life forms. Then again, I'm not sure. Kudzu has infected many areas in southeastern United States. Apparently, kudzu root is rich in antioxidants. So, I mean, I guess we can eat kudzu. You can just chop it up and put it in your salad. I mean, I guess that's a positive, right? We gotta bring some positives into this. Invasive species typically, even if they aren't incredibly harmful at first glance, they're still invasive, so there aren't many positives. Otherwise, they'd just be fun little, originally invasive, but now welcomed species. There's only so much you can do to control kudzu, but you can do cutting, grazing, digging. I don't know what disking is, but I'm gonna cite this source so you know that I'm just reading something I found, because I don't know. And prescribed burning and application of herbicides. Don't eat the ones with herbicide on them. Apparently, the prescribed burning will only kill the very young plants, though. Now, this one, I'm not even gonna lie, I've seen some conflicting answers for this one. But when I say where this species has been invading, it'll make sense why I got such conflicting answers. I mean, of course. In Florida, there is a species that has been invading, specifically Florida, that might be considered an invasive species now, or it's like on the verge of being considered an all-around invasive species. It's called Hydrocharis, also known as capybara. It's the largest living rodent in the world. That's very cool. Leave it to Florida to be scared of capybaras and have capybaras be the one to invade them. Capybaras are native to South America, apparently. The solutions for them invading, just deal with it. Capybaras are vegetarians. They eat a lot of stuff like barks, melons, squashes, grasses, sugarcane, reeds, aquatic plants, tubers, all that fun stuff. And now for the final one. This one is really good at blending in. there are more than 250 species identified of this organism. They are found all throughout the US and Canada. They can tolerate a wide range of conditions. They have a beautiful, but very, simple, but at the same time very beautiful, very unique life and progression of their life. This might scare you, though. You may not have even realized that this is an invasive species. The dandelion. Taraxacum. That's what the plant's called. It's native to Eurasia and North America. So many different flavors of dandelions. I don't even know what to do with all this Taraxacum. Did you know that you could put dandelions in a salad? There's something Italian about it. It's Italian sandwich.